So yan ang kinatatakutan natin ngayon dahil nag-establish tayo ng additional EDCA sites sa Pilipinas. Alam nyo sa China, in my interaction with the ASEAN leaders, talagang kawawa yung Pilipinas pag nag-uusap yung mga ASEAN leaders, and I was present in some of these international conferences. Tayo ang sinisisi ng ASEAN dito sa nangyayaring tension dito sa South China Sea. Na bakit ganon? Na sinusundan natin yung narrative ng Western powers, America and Europe. Bakit ganon? Yung mga German vessels, UK vessels, French vessels ay nagpupunta dito sa China Sea. Sabi ko, hindi natin masisi yung mga Europeans to also be involved in South China Sea. Why? Because more than 45% also of European goods pass through South China Sea, reaching the markets in China, reaching the markets in Japan, Korea, and the Philippines, of course. So, talagang makikialam din yung mga European powers dito. So, this is an area that is so volatile. And the Philippines will be there in the middle of these areas being contested by two superpowers, militarily and economically speaking. In 2016, there was a declaration of conduct, the OC, that was signed by 2002. And then it was discussed very actively sometime in 2016. And there was a very good commitment of the ASEAN that within 3 years, supposed to be 2019, ipapasa nila yung Code of Conduct. Yung Code of Conduct. So, maganda yung mga usapan na ganun. So, ongoing yung negotiations among the ASEAN and China and the other powers in Asia. Pero, siyempre ang Amerika at ang Europe, makikialam sa nagyayari dito sa South China Sea. We cannot blame them kasi ang Amerika is a hegemon. It is a superpower. The only superpower in the world, militarily speaking. And they have been imposing what they call the Monroe Doctrine. Yung Monroe Doctrine that was, I think 1823, ang nilabas ng Amerika, na sinabi ni President Monroe na walang makikialam na European powers in the American hemisphere. The American hemisphere is the province of the United States as far as things that are happening. But at that time, America did not have yet a naval force, a military power to implement that doctrine. So, Britain somehow supported the position being taken by the United States. So it was practically the British Navy helping the American implement the Monroe Doctrine para hindi makapasok itong mga French and other German, etc. Continuing pa rin yung Monroe Doctrine na yan hanggang ngayon sa Amerika. And then they have expanded this beyond the Atlantic and Pacific area. Nakarating na sila rito sa atin. When they have occupied the Philippines in 1898, binili tayo sa Espanya. We made the Philippines as part of their territory, and then they established their presence here in Asia. And then they began their containment action against other powers in Asia, like Japan. Lalong-lalo na nung nanalo na yung Amerika sa gera nung First World War, medyo nabawasan na yung influensya ng Europe. So, Amerika na talaga, the most powerful nation. Pero sumisikat ang Japan, sumisikat pa rin ang Germany, despite na natalo sila nung First World War. So, anong nangyari? Because of the containment policy of America, nag-react ang Japan. Kaya ginera ng Japan yung Amerika, kasi nga, yung flow of goods and oil, everything coming from the Middle East, coming from Europe, that will pass through the South China Sea via the Strait of Malacca between Indonesia and Malaysia, yung maliit na stripe na yan. Eh, syempre, yung Japan, sabi niya, naku, sinisikil niyo yung aming progress and development. So, napwersa yung Japan ngayon. Because at that time, Japan was also a colonial power. Ginera na niya yung China since the 1890s, naging very powerful na rin yung Japan. At alay, talagang lahat yung mga yan, colonial power. Ito ngayon ang China. After China has become so progressive economically, recently when President Xi Jinping became President of China, nagsabi na rin siya ng kanyang similar Monroe Doctrine, o sabihin natin Xi Jinping Doctrine, that Asian matters should be resolved among the Asians. That is equivalent of a Monroe Doctrine. The question is, can China enforce its new policy towards Asia? China is fast developing its navy. There are more Chinese naval vessels than the America has. Meron ng 3 aircraft carrier yung China ngayon. Yung 2, yung Shandong at saka Liaoning, old aircraft carrier na binili nila from the old Soviet Union, from Russia, nirefurbish nila. Pero the very first 100% made aircraft carrier, itong aircraft carrier na Fujian. Indigenous technology lahat, very, very sophisticated. At talagang very advanced. And they are developing more aircraft carrier. So, anong mangyayari niyan kung i-impose na rin ng China yung kanilang Monroe Doctrine equivalent, no? What are we going to do now? In the Philippines, as the closest ally of the United States, we have our Mutual Defense Treaty with the United States. Do we have to abandon the Mutual Defense Treaty and enter into a mutual security arrangement with China? We don't have to. Personally, I would like the United States of America to become very powerful and more powerful right now, because that is going to help balance the power of China here in the Asia-Pacific region. Kasi kung pababayaan natin yan, baka yun ang magiging dahilan para magkaroon ng gera, yung Third World War na kinatatakutan natin. Because these two countries are both nuclear powers. No? But we should not, however, quarrel China that we are going to become the pawn of the United States in whatever conflict that China and the United States possibly would enter into. Kasi ang nangyayari ngayon, bakit nag-umpisa yung mga reclamation and construction dyan sa South China Sea ng China? This was done sometimes between 2010 to 2016. Inapuran nila yan. Why? Because during the Aquino administration, pinasok natin yung EDCA. We allowed Americans again to establish bases here in the Philippines. EDCA. 4 ang itinayo. Siyempre nag-react yung China. Anong ibig sabihin nito? The Americans will again exercise their containment power just like what they did in Japan. Nag-react yung China ngayon. Yung mga features and atolls and rocks that are not supposed to be considered territories because no living things can thrive in these rocks and features in the South China Sea, ginawa nilang artificial islands ngayon. Because in international law, you can only establish ownership and make that as your territory if it can support human habitation. Kaya ang ginawa nila, artificial island. Ngayon, ini-impose na nila yung kanilang batas. Sinasabi nila, these are territories, we own this already, and therefore we have exclusive sovereignty. Hindi na pinag-uusapan yung sovereign rights dito. So yan ang kinatatakutan natin ngayon. Dahil nag-establish tayo ng additional EDCA sites sa Pilipinas. Alam nyo, sa China, in my interaction with the ASEAN leaders, talagang kawawa yung Pilipinas pag nag-uusap yung mga ASEAN leaders. And I was present in some of these international conferences. Tayo ang sinisisi ng ASEAN dito sa nangyayaring tension dito sa South China Sea. Na bakit ganon? Na sinusundan natin yung narrative ng Western powers, America and Europe. Bakit ganon? Yung mga German vessels, UK vessels, French vessels ay nagpupunta dito sa China Sea. Sabi ko, hindi natin masisi yung mga Europeans to also be involved in South China Sea. Why? Because more than 45% also of European goods pass through South China Sea, reaching the markets in China, reaching the markets in Japan, Korea, and the Philippines, of course. So, talagang makikialam din yung mga European powers dito. So, this is an area that is so volatile. And the Philippines will be there in the middle of these areas being contested by two superpowers, militarily and economically speaking. Yun ang tignan natin sana. The leadership of the government, the executive, and even the legislative department, more particularly the Senate, because it is the Senate of the Philippines that have foreign relations power. It is the body that ratifies international agreements and treaties entered into by the executive department. And again, I repeat what I said. Let the Department of Foreign Affairs, the primary agency that will handle our foreign relations. Hopefully, magkakaroon na ng serious discussion of the Code of Conduct. It is 9 years long overdue, yung Code of Conduct na yan. Pag hindi natin napirmahan yan, nagawan yan, magyayari pa rin talaga, baka mag-escalate yung tension in the South China Sea. That will now become a dispute and eventually a conflict. Malapit-lapit na, yung binabanggit kanina, na nagkaroon lately nung supposed to be interaction in the air, a helicopter and a BFAR plane, no? ANA, that is near. I think that was held, is it in Scarborough Shoal? Or yeah, I think it was in Scarborough Shoal. May nagtanong nga sa akin, ano sa tingin mo, Atty. Lambina, mapipigilan ba natin yung China kung sinabi ng China na i-reclaim nila yung Scarborough Shoal? Wag naman. No? We are not going to do that. We should not allow that. But do we have the capability? Alam po